64 knocking at your door, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another podcast. Today is the 64th episode. I'm super excited. Today we're going to be talking about moving out. All right, guys, so it was another powerful day in the office. I hope you had an amazing day. It is March the 3rd, 2020. March the 3rd, 2020. We have been building out brands. We've got building out service companies today. We've been hiring a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to talk about moving out today because in everybody's life, you have the stage of it's like hatching, like an egg hatches. That's a moving out stage, or we'll see. We'll think of what we can call it. But what inspired this podcast today was because the boys, the camera crew, they're in a really sweet apartment here near the office. It's got an infinity pool, and it's just like, it's insane. It's super expensive every single month. I'm covering half of the bill. The boys are covering half of the bill. This is something that I was doing to help them out. But today they're moving out. The landlord has been on them to pay the bills and stuff like that. And a couple nights ago they were super loud. They woke up a baby. The baby got angry. The baby complained, and then I got a complaint from the security guards. And so they're moving out. Right? It's time for them to move on to another area location. They're probably gonna move up to the mountain in like a penthouse with everybody. Anyway, it's crazy. We'll see what they're doing. But this is a question I get a lot. A lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that want to build their own team, build their own brands and stuff like that. A lot of entrepreneurs who are a little bit younger often ask me, okay, when should I move out? When should I move out of my house? My parents. When should I move out? Okay? And for me, I'm going to tell my story of when I moved out. But the things that were good and the time where I knew, okay, I needed to move out, and then also some advice and things that you could maybe take away and apply to your life, and maybe there's a change. Maybe you need to move out. So by the end of this, hopefully you'll be able to figure out whether you should move out or not. Okay? So I've been traveling for a lot. When I was about 15 turning 16, I remember turning 16 in Italy. I had my birthday, but when I was 15, that's when I traveled alone for the first time. Okay? And my story is a little bit different from your guys' stories, but in terms of like when I moved out, I consider that time when I was 15, the first time I experienced by myself. That was like my process of moving out. I'd never really been away from home. I never really experienced what it's like to be on your own, to make your own decisions. And that was the first time I actually ever experienced that. And I can remember flying. So I was supposed to fly into Netherlands to meet my sister because I'm Dutch. I'm part Dutch. My family heritage is Dutch, Brazilian. And I remember I was supposed to fly into Holland, but I only had a couple months on my passport. Okay, I had only a couple months on my passport, and so what happened was we were at the airport, and I remember my mom, she like applied for a last minute extension, and that didn't work. And so what I had to do was I had to fly to Paris. Now, just think of it. I was 15 years old. I'm going to go fly in and visit my sister. I'm at the airport. I couldn't sleep the night before because I'm taking my first flight alone. I'm flying by myself. I'm leaving the nest. My mom's freaking out. She's crying. She's like, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. Little would she know that would pull me. That would start my journey of traveling the world. Anyway, I love you, Mom, if you're listening to it. She listens to every single one, so I love you, Mom. I remember her. She's crying there, and then I didn't actually get to fly on that plane. They're like, no, you have to have 3 months. So anyway, a couple days went by, and I took a plane to Paris because I could go to Paris, okay? But I couldn't go to the Netherlands, but I could go to Paris and then train into the Netherlands. Ooh, all right? So there's always a way around things, okay? There's always a way. There's always a way. Andy's doing advertisements here in our studio. There's always a way. If there's a block, or there's something that you can't, that's holding you back, there's always a way around it. Remember that, okay? Continuing the story. I get into Paris. I'm alone. I have a phone. You got to remember, this is the time before smartphones. This is the time before iPhones. This is the time before Facebook. I mean, Facebook was a thing, but I wasn't using Messenger and stuff like that. There's no WhatsApp. There was no Instagram. All right. This is me as a 15-year-old with just a small pocket phone, like a dinosaur that my mom gave me, and I'm flying. I land in. There's zero reception. There's no reception on the phone, and my mom's like, Dan, as soon as you arrive in Paris, please call me. Please call me so that I know you're safe, so that I don't have to miss you anymore. I get there, and I'm like, I gotta call my mom, and I gotta text my mom, and there's no reception. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I've got the world in front of me. I can do whatever I want. And then I get out of the plane. I remember I get my bags. I'm walking towards the train station. Okay? And I'm trying to figure out how I can use my phone. I can't use my phone. There is, I kid you not, okay? I get my bags. I'm starting to walk towards the train station. The whole airport goes nuts. Within 2 minutes, the whole airport is locked down. Why? Because there's a bomb threat. All right, there's a bomb threat, and when the French military, when there's a bomb threat, I can tell you this: if you're French, you know the French military don't mess around. All right, so I'm this 15-year-old kid, like 5 military guys start moving us into a specific corner. We get locked in a room. There's 2 guys there with big machine guns just sitting there, and I'm like 15-year-old. I'm like, I can't text my mom. I can't call my mom. There's military people. I'm stuck in a room. This is insane. I was blown away. This is the first time I ever been away from home, and I was loving it. But at the same time, I was a little scared. Like this is for real. This is real life, right? And you have to like think about this. Take your phone. And just imagine you not being able to contact anybody, but you need to contact someone. That is crazy, okay? So 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by. I'm still hungry. I had only Canadian dollars. I didn't change anything to euros. And then finally we get let out. Now, okay, this is 3 hours. I vividly remember they're like, okay, it's open, all right? Bomb has been disabled, whatever. It's okay. 3 hours we're sitting there. I'm with like 30 other people that need to catch trains, be places, and I remember on the intercom they're like, bonjour, in French, like a train is about to depart in this so and so and so and so, and the whistles blew like, yes, you can go, and the 30 people, we rush out like it was insane. So we're all running, and then there's like all the other rooms, everything, there's like people just flooding, and it's just like a mad rush to the train. I didn't know what train I was going to, but I'm like, let's go. Okay, long story short, that was my first experience of being alone. I didn't end up being able to call my mom for another 24 hours and dad, and then I finally found my way. I slept on the train. I finally found my way to the Netherlands the next day. Then I called from my Oma and Opa's house, and my mom was just freaking out. She's like, call the French police, there's a bomb threat, and I don't know where my son is. So I put her through a lot of stress in the past, and I probably still do. Anyway, crazy story. That was my first experience of being alone, and I've had so many other stories since, but I want to say one thing, okay? That experience taught me so much. First and foremost, it taught me to be calm in every situation. Literally, a bomb was going off. I had no friends, no relatives, no family. I was all alone. I'm 15 years old. The first time I ever traveled, and the guard, the military guys, he's like, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. So first of all, if you move out or you want to move out, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Life is pretty much the same outside the hen's nest. Okay. Number 2, it's very important that you do move out. Why? When I was home by myself, and I was around the circles and the groups of people that I was around a lot, always, every single day, I was complacent and I wasn't really hungry to chase the goals and the dreams that I had. I was okay. All right, and maybe you are okay. Maybe you are okay to just chill with the parents. And this is a big thing, and it's cultural. As much as it is cultural, it comes down to the people and the person who you are and the way you're brought up. Okay, I was brought up that family it's a huge thing, and I love my family so much, and I can't wait to go see them back in Canada again. I'm very lucky to have family all around the world. I was just in Australia. I just saw my family last week, my extended family. But if you are, let's say, anywhere past 20 years old, all right? If you're past 25 years old, 30 years old, and you're still living with your parents, and I have a few of my friends that are still doing that, I would encourage you to try to see how life is like without the support of any person in your life. Okay, it's really easy to take from other people. It's very hard to become self-sustainable. Very hard, because it's a very big mental switch in order to get to that level. All right, a lot of you guys might be thinking, listen, I'm not I don't have to pay for food often, I don't have to pay for my rent, I don't have to do this and this and this. That's great. But what happens is sometimes, and this is actually most of the times, it can hinder and put a hold on the things that you really want to achieve. Okay? So first of all, take a step back. What do you want to do? Second of all, if you're any age, move out. Move out. Because I can promise you this, you can always move back in. All right? And I did that. Okay? So I went to Australia when I was 20. When I was, I was like 17. Yeah, 17. So 2 years after I went to Europe, I went to Australia. I finished high school. I dropped out of uni. I told people I was doing online university, but that's another thing. If you're doing online university, come on, you're not doing that. But I'm always learning. I'm in the University of Life now. Anyway, and then I came back from Australia completely broke, and then I moved back in. And I moved back in for 6-7 months. All right? You can always move back in. So go out, move out, feel how it, try to, see how it feels to be self-sustainable. And it's not wrong. And if you come from a very tight family culture, you can always have family around you. How cool would it be if you moved into a place and you started going on the goals and the dreams and the gifts that you've been given, and you're growing and you're growing and you're growing and growing, and then you can travel with your family, or if you have a place in a different country, then you can have them come there. Like my dad and my brothers came and visit me here in the Philippines, and we went to Bali, and we went to Australia, and my parents came to New Zealand, and like traveling all over. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement. You can always move back in. Okay, so if you have that doubt in your mind, should you move out? Yeah, you should. All right. So if you're at home tomorrow or later after you hear this, be like, you know what, Mom? You know what, Dad? I'm moving out. see what they think. Like honestly, see. Like if you're listening to this, just see what the reaction is. Okay. If the reaction is, that's awesome, how can we support you? All right? Then take it and then see. But if they're, oh, well, honey, like, I don't know, you're not ready yet, like, you don't have a good job, you don't have this, you can always figure it out. Moving out could be like, you could find a friend that has a couch and you could go live on that couch. All right? It's good to be disconnected. It's good to change up your environment around. Okay? It's good to change up your environment once in a while. Okay? So do this. Tell your parents, tell whoever you're living with, Just tell them. Just tell them, okay? I'm moving out. See what the reaction is. Type down in the description what the reaction was, okay? I'm really curious to see. How many minutes are we at, Christian? 15 minutes. I gotta go. It's Taco Tuesday. I'm gonna go spank some tacos right now. It's gonna be amazing. The guys are gonna come too. That being said, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Send me a DM, tell me it's your birthday, and I'll hook you up with a free watch. If you're new to these podcasts, I'm glad you're around. I do podcasts every single day, and sometimes with other people, with guests, some crazy people. Sometimes we interview amazing people around the world. And today was a good day in the office. Andy, are the ads up yet? Almost. They're up. Ooh. All right, change up your environment. Have a good day, a powerful day. Good, just keep chilling. No, don't keep chilling. Get up and do something great, okay? I love you guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Anything else? What the news? The news is like we've got so much. Everybody's dying. The coronavirus is still. Actually, I thought I had the coronavirus yesterday, but I had like 20 garlics. So if you have the coronavirus or you think you're gonna have the coronavirus, just eat a whole bunch of garlic, get some sleep, drink some water, get some kombucha, and tell me you're safe. Okay? Love you guys lots. See you in the next, or hear you, or in the next podcast. If you're listening to this on podcast or on video or whatever, I like chilling with you guys. Okay. Any topics? Oh, there was one. I get a few DMs. DM me if you have any suggestions, or you have any you want some advice on something, or you don't want advice, or you just want to tell me you want me to tell a story on whatever. Someone said something about being lazy. Like what advice do you have for not to be lazy? And I can tell you this, I'm the most laziest person ever. Okay? So maybe tomorrow we'll do some stuff, a video on that or a podcast on that. This was Moving Out. I hope you move out. See you.